Okay, so good afternoon, Charlotte. We're here for this interview. I just wanted first to introduce yourself and tell me something about you. What are you studying? What year are you on? Are you enjoying university? Just tell me something about yourself.
So I'm local student, year two, studying social sciences, and I'm choosing my major during the second semester. And then I'm living in a hall right now, and pretty tiring because there are many activities and stuff that made me hard to balance my time and stuff. So currently I'm not in very good mood because I'm having some difficulties ahead and stuff like that.
Okay, so you said that you're having some difficulties. You're having a bit of trouble combining time schedules. So like out of that fact, what would you say is the most difficult problem you're having now at the moment? Like out of the ones you mentioned.
The most difficult thing is to balance the time for my family and the engagement of the hall activities, because usually the hall activities and stuff are the meetings are carried out at night, and then it usually used your weekend, which I usually use my weekend to stay with my family, to go out to Yamcha and stuff. But then when you have to be very engaged in hall activities, these stuff you cannot do it with your family anymore and stuff.
So you feel like basically you're consuming all of your time basically at uni and with your family, and you're not having like extra time to do more stuff that you like to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, I know it's quite hard, but do you think your family is supporting you? The fact, like, are they happy for you to stay in a hall instead of staying with them? Do you think do they actually think that you're collaborating with the fact that you're not at home, that you're balancing well the situation? Or do they sometimes go to you and say, Charlotte, you have to spend more time with your family, we're not seeing you much?
At first, they're pretty okay with that, because when I'm in year one, because everything is new. So when I say that, oh, I would like to have, and I would like to engage in hall activities and stuff, they're pretty supportive with that, and they're pretty encouraging because everything is new, and they think that I should be taking up new responsibilities and stuff. But then when I'm nearly year two, when I'm growing up, they think that perhaps after a year of putting a lot of time and effort, they feel like perhaps it doesn't work, and feels like it's time for me to get back to putting time in my family, like staying, giving more effort with them. And
but have they actually said that to you? Have they actually like proved you that first year was okay, that you needed your time to actually settle down at university, but this year they said to you, come on Charlotte, you have to be more at home? Have they actually said something to you, or are you just basically realizing because of what you see around? Or?
I would say both, because they do not say it directly, because they also feel like it's very hard for me to adjust the time. They know I have my difficulties, so they do not say it directly, but somehow I can feel it, like, because my mom will, like, every time when I go back visit her, like when I leave, my mom will feel very sad, and sometimes she may cry a little, like, so somehow I will feel like they do not want to voice it out directly because they do not want me to feel so stressful, but then I understand that they have this feeling and deep down in their heart.
Well, yeah, I understand that for every father and every mother, for every parent, it's hard to let their son go, and especially when you're living in the same city and you're not living at home. I can imagine it's a different experience, and it can be hard for a mother to experience that. But are you actually thinking of any possible solutions that you have to this? Are you actually, like, have you thought of anything to change the situation, or you think this will eventually just like be solved by itself?
I do not think of any solutions to solve this yet, because time is limited and I'm still engaged in a lot of responsibilities. But then I feel like sometimes I would use WhatsApp to text more my family and share some photos with them that, oh, I'm having fun right here. Let them not to worry about me and stuff.
So are you not maybe are you not up for giving up some activities, some whole activities, some uni activities, for changing that time for spending it with your family, and then maybe having like a little more extra time, just like not being so engaged to university, or you haven't thought of that?
I do not. I haven't thought of that because I've take up a responsibility that lasts a year. Like I'm in the executive committee, student committee in the hall. So the responsibility lasts a year. So it's very hard for me to escape from responsibilities and stuff. And yeah, so it's pretty difficult for me to.
Okay, okay, perfect. And I mean, do you have any brothers or sisters? Do you have anyone in your family? Anyone else?
No, I'm a single child of the family.
Okay, I can imagine then that makes it even harder for your parents, that if you're not at home, it makes it harder because, I mean, you're the only child, so you're the only beloved child inside the family. So it will be hard. And then I wanted to ask you, like, on the weekends, because I don't know this data. On the weekends, you stay at the hall, or you go home, or it depends on the weekend.
It depends when they got the whole hall activities. When they have some like swimming competition, then we have to. Usually they're in the weekends, so we have to go. But unless there are a lot of activities, or else I'll just go back home and stay overnight and stuff. But recently I cannot stay at home because there are so many activities in the hall.
And also something I'm very keen on is do you have the same freedom inside at your house than at your home, than the same freedom you have at the hall, or is it very different? Are you more like restricted by your parents, or are they very liberal with you and they let you do the same stuff you do at the hall?
Living in a hall is pretty different as in home because perhaps I'm a single child, so living at home is more boring in general because all you got is just a computer with you when your parents are off to work. But then in the hall, it's like because everyone is very close with each other, and everyone is living just next to you. Then you can just go in and knock in their door and just talk and chat and play games and stuff, and you will find it's pretty interesting and fun living in a hall.
Like, do you think you made the right decision going to a hall instead of staying at home?
I think I'll say it's half right now because living in a hall has its advantages and disadvantages, but then I would not say I'm 100% sure that I make this decision is right because I gave up the time with my family and I gave up with the time with my secondary school friends and stuff. So yeah, I would not say it's.
Do you think that by staying at home you would have missed many activities you're doing now at university?
Yeah.
Well, I mean by living at home.
Yeah, because living at home means that no hall, like which a large part of my life right now is about hall. So I think there's a large part of me will be taken away if I'm.
Because it feels you're rather more engaged to hall life rather than uni life, no? It's you're more into hall life. Well, I mean, yeah, that's okay. I mean, I'm sure your parents are very happy. I think that is another like, part of your life. It's another chapter we write in our lives. So I'm actually pretty sure that you might have. I mean, you should never regret the decision because. I mean, you always have the opportunity once you finish university to go back home and like reestablish all your situation you have there. So it should be okay. And well, yeah. Just finally, I wanted to ask you is there anything else that bothers you, or are you okay with the rest of the things now in your life?
Recently, just this problem. I think it's alright for me.
Okay, so that's perfect, Charlotte. Thank you for the interview. Hope it was fine. So yeah, that's it.